Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an affordable fall get ready with me. I quickly want to say a big thank you to Crest, Olay, Head&Shoulders, and CoverGirl for sponsoring this video. As most of you know, I have wedding number 2 coming up in a couple of weeks, so I definitely want nice white teeth, so I am using the Crest 3D White Luxe Flex Fit White Strips. It is a mouthful, but I used these all the time in high school, and they seriously work. Like, they make your teeth super white. I used to take before and after pictures because I was super cool because I wanted to see the difference, and my teeth always looked so white. They definitely have made them a lot longer than what I remember because they fit a lot more of my teeth, and it's a lot more affordable than going to the dentist to get them professionally whitened, and they just turn out the exact same. After you put on the white strips, you do leave them on for an hour, and what's great about these white strips is that you can drink water and it doesn't affect them whatsoever. So I just wear them while I have to do things in the morning, and then it's time to shower. Lately, both Patrick and I have been using the Head&Shoulders Cooling Shampoo and Conditioner. This is a really nice cooling, fresh scent because it has menthol and peppermint in it. My scalp tends to get a little bit more dry and flaky at this time of the year, so this is why I like to use this shampoo, just so that I have nice hydrated hair and it does leave my hair super soft, and both of us just love the smell that it gives. After the shower, I do my normal skincare routine, but the eye cream that I've been using is the Olay Eyes Ultimate Eye Cream, and visibly, you guys can see here, I lightly pat it in with my ring finger because it's the most delicate application, and instantly you can see how it evens and brightens the skin. Like, it's crazy how it just corrects any darkness and reduces my puffy eyes in the morning. So this is an amazing eye cream, and it's extremely affordable. Once that's all done, we're ready to go ahead with makeup. Okay guys, starting off with foundation, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl Clean Matte Foundation, and this formula is really awesome because it's non-greasy, it's oil-free, and it gives such a nice natural finish to the skin. It doesn't look cakey or anything, it just looks nice and clean, and since I have oily skin, it's perfect because it does have a matte finish. I love how thin this foundation is. It's not thick or cakey feeling at all. It just feels like a nice thin layer, like a skin-like layer of foundation, if that makes sense. It's just really easy to blend out and just gives a nice natural finish to the skin. I don't know if I said the shade, but I am using 510 Classic Ivory. It looks a little bit paler when you first put it on, but then it does kind of blend in with your skin tone. I don't know if it oxidizes or anything, but it does match, and I wouldn't say I'm like the palest I would normally be. I still have a little bit of color to my skin, so it does blend in nicely. Next, I'm going to take a lightweight concealer just to highlight under my eyes and conceal any blemishes. Now I'm going to take the CoverGirl Clean Matte Powder and just set under my eyes and the rest of my face. Also, like the foundation, this powder is oil-free, so it just gives a very natural finish and is perfect for my oily skin. And I just think it goes really well with the Clean Matte Foundation. Like, this honestly gets rid of your pores, which is so good for someone that doesn't really like to wear like a silicone-based primer. If you just wear foundation and powder, this is really, really good because it just minimizes the appearance of your pores rather than having to put on primer to do that. Guys, my roots need to be done so bad. Like, look how awful that is. Don't worry, it's getting done in a couple of weeks when I go back to Canada because that is awful. Like, I need to cut it off with the camera because it's so bad. Okay, now to add some color into my face just because it's looking very one-dimensional, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Bronzer, which I'm really excited about because I haven't used this. It's like that marbled texture look, adds that healthy glow, and a little bit of shimmer just to give like a skin-like finish, not a sparkly finish. It'll just mimic the texture of my skin, but just add the color that it needs. It's actually such a pretty bronzer. It adds such a pretty glow to my face. There's like the slightest gold sheen to this, and I'm really liking it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it just gives you that healthy skin look. So it kind of goes nice with that foundation and powder since it is a matte finish, which maybe if you weren't very oily, it could look a little bit dry on you. So this bronzer will just bring back that sheen and healthy glow that your skin needs because, I really like that. Now I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl True Blend Blush in Medium Rose. I think it's called Medium Rose. This is just a really pretty baked blush. It's a color that I would gravitate to. I'm gonna take it on an angled brush and just pop that onto the apples of my cheek and blend upwards. This blush is such a pretty color, perfect for fall, and I find that it just blends in with that bronzer really nicely too. I'm gonna go back to my sponge and just blend out the edges of the bronzer and blush just so it fuses better and there's no harsh edges. A little trick I like to do to clean up underneath the bronzer, just to make it look a little bit sharper and more of a contour, I'm gonna go back to that CoverGirl Clean Matte Powder and my beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna put some on it and carve it out so that it just looks a little bit sharper and more defined. Kind of like reverse contouring instead of really building up the bronzer where it could look a little bit cakey in the cheekbone. You just kind of lighten underneath and above and you got your contour. Okay, moving on to the eyes, I'm really excited because I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Naked Nudes palette. They also have a rose palette and the golden palette. The shades are really pretty. I think that there is definitely a palette for anyone. They're very universal. You can do a quick everyday look with it. And if you want a more dramatic smoky eye look, you can just apply the powders wet. It just gives a lot more depth to the shadows. Taking a blending brush, I'm gonna dip into this medium brown shade, which is a great transition shade, and just pop this into my crease. These shadows are so easy to blend, and it's because they have skin conditioners in the powder, and it just makes it a very soft blendable formula. Like that just blended out so easy. Taking a little bit of this chocolate brown shimmer shade, I'm gonna use that same brush and consistent on the outer corner of my eye just to add some depth. What I'm noticing as well with these shadows is that they are quite pigmented and they're not creating any fallout, which is a plus, especially if you like doing your face makeup first and then doing shadows. So if you want to create a darker smoky eye, like there is no fallout, which is such a plus. Taking the shade that was right beside that chocolate shimmer shade, I'm going to squeeze the brush and we're going to put this on the lower third of our bottom lash line. Taking my finger, I'm going to dip it into that pinky shimmer shade and pop it onto the inner corner of my eye just to add some brightness. Ooh, that is pigmented. Taking the lightest shade in the palette, I'm gonna use this as an inner tear duct highlight and a brow bone highlight. Okay, I'm gonna go old school with this and take the applicator from the palette and dip it into the darkest shade, which is like a dark charcoal black. It's not a full black, but it's like a very dark charcoal black, and I'm gonna just create a little bit of a faux cat eye just because I want this look to stay soft and I don't want to add a liquid black liner. Taking a clean blending brush, and I'm just going to buff out the edges of that so it doesn't look harsh. For mascara, I'm going to be using the CoverGirl the Super Sizer Fibers Mascara. I just love the length that this mascara gives, and it just gives the perfect amount of volume, and I think it goes perfect with this eyeshadow look. Like, I didn't even curl my lashes, and that's 2 coats. I feel like CoverGirl just knows how to do mascara. I'm gonna add a charcoal colored liner just to my waterline and my upper lash waterline just to kind of complete the eye look. For lips, I'm gonna do a berry colored liner and more of a mid-tone pink lipstick. Blend them together just to give a little bit more of a girly flair to the look. So that's it for this affordable fall edition Get Ready With Me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!